All right. Hey everyone, how's it going? So today I'm going to be talking to you about the follow mask video that we had started on previously. I know you all love this penguin, and I'm so glad you get to spend as much time with him as you do. So first things first. As you know, we're going to go and bring our draw mask and put it over the top of the penguin. Once we have the draw mask established, you'll see it says click to add our control points, and then we're going to go and add the control points, and I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to speed up the movie as I do this. Okay, so the mask is done. It's not beautiful, but what I'm trying to do here is just illustrate something. It's for you to make it beautiful. We will deal with that in a moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my generators. I'm going to grab a background and put it underneath so I have something to reference. And that way you can see what I'm working on here. So I have my penguin. As I move forward, you see he walks away. On the timeline, I scrub forward, he walks away, and you see the shape of the penguin left there. What I'm going to teach you how to do quickly is I'm going to show you how to keyframe this stuff out, and I'm going to show you a couple more things about the mask. First things first, as soon as you add the draw mask, as you all know, it will show up over here on the right hand side. That's our information area. Here, let me size that down. That's our information area that we are working in right now. And so a couple things about this mask. One, let me zoom in a bit. One is if I go here and hit feather, you'll see that as I go down and go into the negative range, it will kind of move in on the character. So whatever I've outlined, it will feather in. If I go the opposite way, it will feather out. In addition to that, you have your fallout, which will determine the sort of the way in which it falls off of the feather. And I just wanted to show that to you because this is something that you'll probably want to keyframe at a later date. You also have the ability to invert the mask, of course, so you can actually have an outline like that. And you also have the ability to see the original image underneath it. So here where it says view, if you click that, it goes from composite to original. That way you can kind of see what is happening around the character that you're trying to mask this penguin with, and it will allow you to kind of see how the background's working with it, making certain you're not like cutting anything off. I usually move back and forth between original and composite myself. So anyways, I'm going to do this super quick, like I said. So what I want you to do is you're going to go over here and we are going to add keyframes. And as you recall, these keyframes are these diamonds here on the side. So I'm going to go and hit a plus for that. And you notice that the diamond turned white when I did that. And I'm going to click it here. And then I'm going to go into transform. I'm going to adjust this, at the scale, and then control points. And if you look under your control points, the control points reference each one of these dots here. So that's control point 13. This is 12. This tells me how many control points I actually made for this penguin, and that is 50 in total. So this is what we are playing around with right now. So once again, I clicked each one of these keyframes. I begin at the beginning of my clip, and you know it's the beginning of your clip because if we zoom out a little bit, you'll see this indicator here. Sparkle holes is what they are referencing, which is a film reference. We will talk about that again later. I know I've mentioned it a million times in class. So what do? So take with your arrow key on your Mac keyboard, which is in the lower right of your keyboard, start moving forward on the timeline. Now remember, I've already added my keyframe, so look, as I move forward, and let's zoom in a bit. As I move forward on the timeline, you'll see that his fin starts moving out of the way, and then his head starts moving a bit, and so does his body. So I've already established the keyframing, and so I'm going to move forward just a bit, and I'm going to make some adjustments. So I'm going to move this one. I'm going to move this one. I'm going to actually tighten up on this a bit and bring this one in as well. In addition to that, I'm going to go ahead and adjust my feathering just a tad. Just bring it in a bit. Might be a bit much, but that's okay. I'm not trying to make this perfect right now. I'm just trying to illustrate the concept. So I'm going to bring all this, I'll kind of bring this in a little bit. I do get a little OCD about this stuff. And okay, that's okay. It looks good for all intents and purposes. So as you see, I'm going to press play, or actually I'll go to the very beginning of my clip, and I'm going to move through. And so watch as those control points move. And if you look over here, you will see in our information video info area, you will see that the control points that I have actually moved will show up here as being, so what was this one? This one was 32. If I scroll down here, watch point 32 right here as it changes. So you'll see that the numbers are changing. That's indicating that yes, the action was recorded. Remember the keyframe, as soon as you add it, anything you do after it on the timeline, after the keyframe's been added, is you're just recording every move you make. And so again, I'm going to move a little bit more forward on the timeline, and I see I'm losing a couple things here. Just FYI, if I could drag and click, I can actually select more than one keyframe or one control point at a time. That's a very nice feature. I'm going to move a little bit more forward on the timeline. It's starting to go away. So I'm going to click off, and I'm going to pull this one out. I'm going to pull this one out and bring these in. All right. Go a little bit more on the timeline. He's turning his head. I'm going to go up here, select those two, bring that in, and I'm going to go over here and bring these down as well. In addition to that, I'm going to hide some of that. I'm going to mess around with my feathering to see how it looks, and that's getting a little nuts. So really what I need to do to fix this is to kind of start playing around with my control points. So your whole point for this, no pun intended, or actually pun massively intended, is that you want to move this whole mask across the page, keeping pace with the penguin as you do it. I want you to do at least 4 seconds of this. After you complete it, export it out, send it to YouTube, go to avtechlakeside.org, go to class homework, and then submit your YouTube video there, and that's 50 points. I know and do not expect for this to be perfect, but I expect for you to try. Thank you very much, and that's it for this one. Have a good one. Take care.